Welcome all, Raymond for Stream Gamers once again. The second video to our series of Cold and Dark Start. Generally getting an aircraft ready to go at the gate slash ramp. Here we are, CKK7. Not that that's really terribly relevant, but this is where we're at. And yes, the snow is real, and it should be snowy here. Cessna 208, Grand Caravan 208. That is our topic of next. So let's just get started with it. On the 208, I noted that there is this tag right here, and when you click on it, it just simply opens this up. And I spent some time messing around with that to discover that it really isn't there where we need to. Where we need to click on the stuff. What we need to do is just go here, click on this, and that immediately removes that. Okay. The next thing is we need to deal with our pitot tube heat, dealy whoppers. There we go. And that's the end. That's the extent, except for, let me move the chocks. Let's get into the aircraft. Okay. So this is a turboprop. Still have the G1000 displays in here, but this is a turboprop. The starting is more or less the same, just the buttons are in different places, and you must do a couple of additional things. As always, we first want to check what's our fuel condition. Where are we at with fuel? Okay, so the fuel levers are up here. Can I do there? So they are on, but ordinarily you would have presumed this is the state that they should be in. But this is how you would turn the fuel on. Again, it should be on in your case. This is the conditioner, or effectively kind of ish like the mixture, but it's not mixture, it's conditioner. So let's just put that up. We're going to keep the prop in feather for now, and we're going to start the engines, and I'll explain that as we go. Here is a fuel oil cutoff. Again, it's defaultly enabled, but if you're struggling to start the aircraft, make sure this is turned on. Now, the business end of everything, mostly everything we're going to do is right there. This is where we're going to do a lot of the necessary things that we need to do. Let's get rid of the yoke. I won't get rid of that one. The strobe, that's up here. So whether we're supposed to do this now or afterward, I'm going to turn the strobe on once I find it again. There it is. So I don't forget that next time. Okay. Battery, yes. Avionics, yes. They're starting up. Okay. So that part's good. All right. So the next thing, we want to put the fuel boost pump on. And we'll let that fuel boost pump be on for a few moments. And then we're going to hit the starter switch. And then the next thing is we'll put on the igniter once we get a little bit of temperature. Similar to starting a jet aircraft, but not exactly. So we hit start. If we can kind of hear it spinning up. There's it spinning up there, see? And if we look over here, we should begin to see this turning, temperature coming up. Torque is not up yet, but the temperature is up. So all we do is hit the igniter. And we'll wait for this to completely come up. Once the engine is fully started, which we are right now, we're fully started. As this torque goes up and then starts to fall back down, for me that's an indicator that the thing is fully started. Although the temperature is still rising ever so slightly, RPM is stabilized, everything is kind of looks like it's stabilized, the engine is running. So we can come down here and we can turn the boost pump to normal, we can turn the igniters to normal, or the igniter to normal, and we're done. It's started, we're running. Of course, you would typically come in here and use your taxi lights and nav and beacon and don't smoke in here, put your seatbelt on, and all of these wonderful things. Um, none of which are fully required to get the thing started, but there it is. So that's an aircraft 208 started. This is a turboprop. Okay, so in the fact that it's a turboprop, we have this feather here as well as the fuel condition. So the feather is, if I release the brakes right now, which I will, there's the brake lever right there, so I'll release the brakes. And we'll note that we're not going to start moving, and that's because the blades are feathered. They're cutting through the wind, not grabbing the wind, as it were. But if I were to unfeather this thing, eventually we're going to get this aircraft is going to start to move, even though I haven't pushed throttle up at all. And that's because we've now got full pitch on the prop, and at some point it's going to start moving because it can start grabbing the air. I'm going to stop it. There it goes. See it moving? And that's because this prop was feathered, or was put to full pitch. That's something that you will utilize as you're using the performance of the aircraft. You can pull the pitch back, pull the RPM back. You can move the pitch higher up. Anyways, without getting into too much detail, this here is the trying to remember the terminology for it. Can't remember what it's called. Please, if somebody recognizes what this is called, but this is something that you need to pull out when you take off. When you climb out, then you would lock it back up. Okay, but I can't remember what it's called. Should I remember that, I'll make a comment in the comment section what it's actually called. Normally there's a little tooltip here that, I've turned those tooltips off. Okay, so the final thing is we're going to put the flight plan in. Let me reinstate the park brake so we're not rolling. Okay, so this one we're going to, unlike the other one, this one we're going to actually create a flight plan. So you can do a direct route between here and where you want to go. You can actually do a flight plan, and the way you do the flight plan is you rotate the bigger wheel, and then you rotate the smaller wheel, and then you click on this little doodabber, and you say we are here. Enter. You can pick a runway that you wanna take off on, and so we'll do that. We'll pick. Whoops, there we go. We'll pick 36. Enter, and enter, and we put that in. Then we go down here to destination, and we rotate the small wheel. Click on this, and we enter in CYWG. And enter, and we can likewise we can pick a runway, and we'll pick 13. We'll pick enter. Okay, so that's entering in the flight plan. Not fully completely, but you can also do procedures. You can set your approach and your departure and all that. I won't go into that, but this is the way you can actually get the flight plan in, just like we did on the first video where we used the EFB. You can manually program that in. Likewise, you could come in here and you can say, well, all we have is the departure and the arrival, and we have no waypoints on the way. And so if we were to find a waypoint on the way that we wanted to intersect with, we could just type that in here, put that in here, just like we did the departure and arrivals, and away you would go. All right, so that is a turboprop, single turboprop Cessna 208 Grand Caravan. I'll keep on wanting to call it Grand Caravan, but it's not. But again, that's how you start it up. That's how you get it prepared. Obviously you can do your flaps and set your flaps and all that kind of stuff like you should, and then taxi out to the runway over that way. Okay, that's this video. Now we will get on to the next one. The next one will be a Baron 58. We're going to look at that. And we'll get on to this third process of this long series that we're probably going to do. My name is Raymond, and this is Stream Gamers. Once again, don't sweat the little things. The little things look after themselves. The big things that you worry about, do something about the ones that you can, and the ones you can't. Don't worry about them because you can't. And most importantly, be kind. You know, wave at your neighbor, say hi, smile. Not just in your circle of people on the street, but in our social media programs and in our outreaches around the world. Be kind, because we are all a part of the same race, and that's humanity. Uh, Again, I enjoy you all. Like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things, and we will see you on to the next one. All right, bye bye now.